Greetings, Leo, and welcome to your Tarotscope for the month of February 2016. This reading is for you if your sun, moon, or rising signs are in the sign of Leo. I'll go ahead and start shuffling here. I'm shuffling to let the appropriate cards for you come up to the top of my deck for this reading. So as I'm shuffling, I'm continuing to focus on your collective energy, the energy of Leo. And I'm continuing to focus on the intention behind the spread that I am completing today. So looking at the month of February 2016. So I'm shuffling here until I get some sort of intuitive sign or signal or symbol that it's time to stop shuffling. This will come in the form of seeing something, hearing something, just kind of feeling that it's time. All right, so the first card here is how you're feeling heading into this month. So how you're feeling right now in the present moment heading into the month of February. And we have death. I think for many of you, you're going through a big transition period right now, whether you're transitioning from one aspect of a job to another, if you have been promoted, or if your relationship is somehow transitioning. Perhaps you're going back to school. There's so many major life changes that could be occurring. Some of you may be moving. Some of you may be simply coming to grips about something in your life, letting that part die and letting new energy come into your life. Whatever the case is, it is transformative, it is huge, it is the end of one chapter and the beginning of a new chapter. So some really high intensity energy, but some really beautiful opportunities coming your way. Because as we clear out all this old energy from prior experiences, things that no longer serve us, that are undesired and stagnated instead of moving and flowing. Once we get rid of those, we can allow that energy to move and flow through our system, creating new opportunities and new blessings in our lives. Card number 2 is your general forecast for the month ahead. So your general forecast, Leo, for the month of February. We have the 9 of Wands here. For many of you, you're going to have the opportunity to come out of your comfort zone a little bit, whether this is doing something in a new way, having a new way of doing something that maybe in the past you would have done in a very certain kind of way. I think for many of you, this is going to apply to your attitudes and your beliefs and how you perceive the world and the sort of mental dialogue that you have about what you're perceiving. I think for many of you, you've thought and acted the same way for a very long time. There's certain triggers, certain occurrences in your life that really trigger a response from you because of past experiences, past trauma, or past pain. And these reactions have been so ingrained in you and your way of doing things through this life that they've become hard and fast beliefs. I like to call them programs. When you've believed something for so long, it almost just runs automatically, just like a program on a computer. So for you, I think you're starting to bring awareness to these programs, awareness to these unconscious energies. At the very least, you have the opportunity to do this. I think for you, it's really up to you. It's up to you if you want to take that step out into the unknown or take that step out into something that might be a little bit of a scary or painful experience. Whether that means thinking a new way, acting a new way, believing new beliefs, it'll be a little weird at first. I think for most of you, you will have success with this because the person here, yes, he has a wand in front of him. He's still protecting himself, but he has taken the step forward. He is no longer behind this wall of wands. So he has taken that step forward, and sometimes that's the hardest part. Card number 3 is your upcoming challenges for this month ahead. And we have the moon. So for many of you, I would encourage you to watch your moon sign reading for this month as well, because your emotional life is going to be very prevalent. not only your emotions, but your unconscious, that place where those beliefs, those thoughts, those programs that we were just talking about, that is the place where they reside, where they're held. So I think for you, you're going to have a glimpse of your unconscious, things that you were in denial about or simply did not have consciousness about or awareness about. You're going to get glimpses of these things this month. And yes, this is coming up in the upcoming challenges position of this spread because it will be a challenge for you. Many things are going to come up and you're going to want to look the other way. You're going to want to distract yourself. You're not going to want to look at the things that are coming up. So of course, now that you're getting this prior knowledge through the tarot spread, you have the opportunity to bring extra awareness to these situations. Be aware going into February that these things are going to come up so that when they do, you kind of have a little bit of a head start so that you can say, okay, I do make the conscious decision to look at these things instead of making the unconscious decision to run away or escape them. Card number 4 is your good fortune, blessings, and abundance. So all the beautiful gifts that are coming your way for this month. And we have the 4 of Swords. I feel like for many of you, this month is going to be rather sedentary. There's not going to be a lot going on. There's not going to be a lot of activity. And while for also many of you, it will be the opportunity to be triggered, to say, I'm bored, there's nothing to do, and really fall into that pit of self-pity or woe. I really see this, and so does the tarot, it sees this as a real big blessing. You have this downtime, you have this break. Use it. Use that downtime to explore new activities, to explore new hobbies. Pick up something new. You still use your energy, but also value this rest. Because I feel like for you, especially because we're going through such a transformative phase, you're opening a new chapter of your life this month. And I think you're already in the process of it as we're in the beginning part of this 2016 year. You're in a state of preparation, of resting so that you can build up enough energy for the next chapter of your life. Don't take this for granted. Celebrate this time. And when you find yourself drifting to the negative, saying, oh, poor me, I can't believe I'm stuck in this situation, well, know that this is really a blessing. And that if you use this time wisely, you can really reap the benefits further down the road. The last card of this spread is this month's lesson. So your lessons, Leo, for the month of February. And we have the 10 of Wands. This month will be a struggle for you at some point. It will feel like you have a lot of responsibility, and at the same time, there's really not so much responsibility, but petty annoyances, things you'd rather not deal with. I see this card again as an opportunity for you to pick, am I going to fall into my same old habits, or am I going to look at things a new way? This man is holding 10 wands, and you could look at it like he's suffering and that it's heavy. Or maybe he's going off and building himself a new house. Maybe he's building himself furniture, just something that he will cherish further down the road. And yes, it is hard work now, and sometimes he might wish he wasn't doing it because those wands are so heavy. At the end of the day, though, he's building himself something miraculous. I think for you, the big lesson here is to look at your work and your struggles through a different viewpoint, a different lens, and to watch how having a different perspective on things, having a different level of awareness about what you're experiencing can change what you're experiencing itself. Remember that you have the power, and it's really up to you to make those decisions. This concludes your month ahead Tarotscope for February 2016. As always, it was an honor. If you're interested in a personalized reading, please check out the link below. in the description.